We need to talk about carnitas, people, because there's another way to make carnitas that you are probably not familiar with, and honestly, it is so damn good. This is blood orange carnitas. I have done it on this channel before, and it is so damn good. So stay tuned, people, because this one is damn awesome. All right, so as you know, I am making smoked carnitas. Now, I have made carnitas many times, and on the channel, I think I've made it one time on the channel. But if you've watched my channel, I don't like to use typical oranges in my carnitas. I use blood oranges. Ever since I've used blood oranges in my carnitas, I'm telling you right now, the carnitas taste so much better. So much better. So, without further ado, people, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. All right, so we have a pork butt here, which I'm going to heavily coat with some honey. Yes, honey, not mustard. You can use mustard if you want to, but the binder of choice is some honey. And I'm starting this a day beforehand. Heavily coat it, rub it all over, flip it, do it on both sides, and then we're going to start adding in some seasonings. So you can go with salt, pepper, garlic, paprika powder, cumin, whatever you want. I am using Spanglish Asadero, their chipotle chicken seasoning, which is basically chipotle peppers, garlic, sea salt, and of course paprika and black pepper. Heavily coat it with the seasoning on all sides, give it a nice rub, and then we want to put it on a wire rack on top of a baking tray, baking sheet for that matter, and put it in the fridge to rest overnight. Why? Well, we want it dry before it goes into the smoker at 225 to 230 for several hours. On the side, we're going to start working our salsa verde. Now, I have some tomatillos here. I like to start my salsas always a day in advance if I can, and that's what I'm doing here. So you want to peel these and make sure you get all the peelings off, and then we're going to rinse them under hot water, for that matter, to get all the stickiness off of them. They can be quite sticky, and you want to remove all of that before it goes into the boiling bath. Yeah, you don't want that sticky residue coagulating in the bath. So drop them into some boiling water, and they're going to get a bit opaque. They're not going to be as green and vibrant as they look now, as pretty as they are now, but trust me, they're not going to be super bitter. So do that before we start blending them. You can cool them down in an ice bath if you choose to. Whatever you want to do, add in a little bit of that hot water into your blender, and of course your tomatillos. Then of course a peeled white onion that has been quartered, and 2 jalapenos destemmed, and a habanero destemmed, and of course some heavily washed cilantro, especially right now with what's going on. You don't want those issues that's going on right now. And of course some kosher salt. Blend it up. You can add in garlic if you choose to, but definitely try to do this a day in advance. Then, so we've been smoking the pork butt for not too long. I'll have it down below in the description for the recipe. It's got a nice crust on top of it. And into a Dutch oven, we're going to heat up a bunch of lard. So about 1 to 2 cups of lard. That's how you make carnitas, people. And we're going to add some other elements for the braising liquid, which is going to be 2 to 3 cups of some beef broth. You definitely want to go with that. Cut the heat when you do it, keep it low, just so that the lard melts a bit. You don't want to add in beef broth when that lard is piping hot. Then add in a nice beer there. We're going to use Modelo is what I'm using. You can use a Corona. Any ale will work, just not an IPA, but go for a stout. A stout would make it even better. Then we're going to cut half of a bulb of garlic and put it in there, and 2 cinnamon sticks, as well as peeled white onion, quartered, and 2 bay leaves. Then we're going to drop in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of paprika, the same for some chili powder, and then we're also going to drop in some oregano. I would say the dried oregano leaves, leave it about 1.5 or half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon for that matter. to a tablespoon. And then we're going to go ahead and drop in some black pepper and, of course, our blood oranges, the star of the show. Squeeze them into there. Use as many as you can. And that is going to be the basis. So I think I used about, I would say, 6 blood oranges for this recipe. Then I drop in the pork butt, and you want to make sure that the top of it is not submerged. Why? Well, you want it to braise, so make sure it's not submerged. But at the top of it, I am adding a bit of that blood orange juice to squeeze on top, put on the lid, put in the oven to braise at about 325 for a few hours, and then we take it out, and it is damn good. You can shred it up. It's super juicy, as you can tell right here and right now. This one was so damn good. And I know I say this a lot about recipes, but yeah, these are damn good carnitas. So to shred it up, I just like taking a pair of forks. You know, you can go with a hand mixer. Yes, it's super fast, but it also does shred it a little bit too much. There's not enough texture there. So I say go with 2 forks and just take your time with it. Now, we're not throwing away the braising liquid. Well, that's the au jus, right? So we want to save that on the side, and we're going to strain it in a little bit. But I have the oven on broil right now. So after I'm all done shredding this up, I'll transfer it all to a flat baking tray and broil it. But until then, we're not there yet. We're going to go ahead and strain out all of our nice au jus here and get all the bits out, the onions, the oranges, the garlic, everything. Get it all out of there through a strainer into a bowl. We have just a nice purified au jus. And we're going to take that, or you can call it a confit, you know, and we're going to take that and use it later on in the recipe. So onto the baking sheet, we're going to go ahead and lay out and spread thin the shredded pork butt. And then we're going to add in a bit of that nice confit and just get it nice and lathered in there. You can add in the same ingredients that we used initially to season the pork butt. 100%. You can do it. Like, don't worry about it. It's something you can do. But add in that nice confit there. And then after it's been braising for a little bit, it's going to be nice and crispy and tender on the inside. That's what we want. Transfer it back to a bowl and then rehydrate with that confit. Add it in there. Give it a nice bit of hydration and then save the rest. If you want to cook them in some eggs or whatever you want to use for the future, you can save it. Just definitely check your food safety regulations to make sure, you know, you're storing it properly and you're saving it properly. But we're going to move on to plating. So I've got a tortilla here, warmed corn tortilla with some smashed avocado that I'm going to use instead of a straight up guacamole. I have to say the smashed avocado is really damn good. And you don't have to worry about all the guacamole mix because we're adding that on to the taco as we go. So we've got our carnitas here, lay them down, and then we're going to add in some pickled red onions or purple onions if you want to call them purple. And then, of course, our salsa verde. And there we are, people. This one was awesome. All right, and we are all done. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to go ahead and test this out. And here we go. Damn good. Smoky. I think I prefer them smoked and then braised in the oven a little bit. It gives it much more of a better flavor. They're very good. I could use some more of that consomme, honestly. Even to dip it in, I don't care. It's damn good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to eat this and cheers. I'm out.